and the sons of Ramah, Sheba, and Dedan.
All right. So these are the sons, all right, of Cush. But he's going to highlight who he wants to talk about. Now, read 8.
Verse 8. And Cush begat Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth.
Okay. And keep going.
Verse 9. He was a mighty hunter before the Lord. Wherefore it is said, even as Nimrod, the mighty hunter before the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 10. In the beginning of his kingdom was Babel and Erech and Akkad and Calneh and the land of Shinar.
Okay. So basically he want to make reference to and the beginning of his kingdom was Babel. Babel, which is the real root word, is Bavo. Okay, that's the when he tried to make the Tower of Babel. The root word, that's the root word to Babylon. So that's who Nimrod was. Those were the descendants of Ham, along with Canaan. We read Canaan, now we're reading this. Now, who has a phone? Do you have do you have a Blue Letter Bible on your phone?
Yeah.
I need you to pull up that Blue Letter Bible for me for Genesis chapter 10 and 9. I want to show you guys something. Okay, now when it was said for him being a mighty hunter before the Lord, we already know those skills went to Cain and Esau. They were the skill hunters. But the mighty hunter, what he's talking about is he was hunting men, children of Israel. Once again, you got to have discernment to rightly divide the word of truth. So that's what he was a mighty hunter in. And after he hunted and got everybody up under him, he built his kingdom, which was Babylon, and then said, we going up to the skies. That's where the Tower of Babel, and that's when the discernment of the languages was. This is what they wanted to highlight. Now, there's a reason why I want to highlight this about Cain. 10 and 4, please.
Okay.
All right, let me see it. Okay, Genesis 10:4. Now I'm gonna go to this is the Blue Letter Bible that shows you some things. Oh.
Genesis 10 and 4.
Okay. Okay, now, it's been a fool with this phone. It's taking me out of context. I'm wasting a lot of time trying to get to here. And it's not working right. There we go. Okay. Okay. All right. So I went to the Blue Letter Bible, and Cush begat Nimrod. He began to be a mighty one in the earth. Now I want you to read this, all these precepts of what mighty one means.
Okay.
Right there, all in blue.
Mighty 63X.
No, just the words.
Mighty, mighty man, strong, valiant ones, mighty man, valiant man, strong man, upright man, champion, chief, excel, giant.
Oh, here, see that? Giant. So why Nimrod was a mighty hunter? Because he was bigger than everybody else. Remember, the precept that I gave you in Baruch was that the giants there were giants famous from the beginning that were of great stature and so expert in war. Now you can tie it together. He's the mighty one, the strong one, the giant, the mightiest, the strongest,
Champion.
the champion, because he was bigger than everybody. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Okay. I wasn't talking to you. I'm talking. Come on, man. So listen. So this is where we get this at. All right. So that's why I wanted to bring that out. Now, I have some footnotes. Once again, this is these footnotes that's killing them. All right? They killing them. All right? Before we get to his other sons, because the rest of the chapters highlighting Canaan. So remember, we already read those footnotes. So read that in green.
The name of this man means let us revolt.
Let us revolt. So Nimrod's whole name is revolt. He was not part of the sons of the Most High. But out of that seed that we had when we mixed marriages, and then their children had children, and they had children, and then we get an idiot. Here we get our first one of our captivities, which is going to be Babylon. And who is the one, the king of Babylon? Nimrod. You understand? Keep going.
Arab traditions record ruins named after him at Boz Nimrod, which is Borsippa, and at the Nimrod of Kaulaha.
Okay. Keep going.
His activity centered and included building the Tower of Babel.
The Tower of Babel. All right. That's trying to go up into the sky and get back into the heavens. Keep going.
Then he went to Assyria.
Assyria. There you go to Assyria, the Syrians. Conquered there. Keep going.
Some believe that since the contest deals with men and not animals, his proud...
Right. He's talking about when he was hunting. That they believed that it dealt with men and not animals. Because he was strong, he was mighty, he was a giant, he was expert in war. Keep going.
His prowess and hunting deals with men, and that his exploits are of a moral and spiritual nature.
Spiritual nature. Keep going.
Mighty hunter is and his name relates to the road Malrad, meaning rebel.
Meaning rebel. So he was a rebel against who? Where were you at?
Against Malrad.
Keep going.
Meaning, does he establish a thoroughly autocratic, impolitic, despotic system of government?
Right. So here go one of your first governments that was explain it again. What kind of government was it?
Does he establish a thoroughly autocratic, imperialistic, despotic system of government?
So this is one of your first established governments. Was from a giant, Nimrod. Keep going.
back of which stands Satan and all his rage against God.
Okay, so notice, government, back of which stands who?
Satan.
Back of which stands who?
Satan.
So government, back of which stands who?
Satan.
It's all in this Bible. Is that it?
He did all of this before the Lord.
He did all of this before the Lord.
What he did was very significant and was a matter of concern to God himself.
Correct. What he did was a matter of concern to the Most High himself. You want to rebel against me? So let's pause there. And we're going to get back to his judgment. All right. Let's finish up this Canaan part. Let's go to start at 13. 10 to 13.
Genesis chapter 10, verse 13. And Mizraim begat
Ludum
and
Anamim
Anamim
and Lehabim
and Lehabim
and Neph
and Neph,
which I guarantee you is Nephilim. Okay? That's why they was named that. Remember I told y'all, when they come up with these names, somebody was the chief person that was born that name. And those are his descendants. All right? So that was Mizraim. Those was the Egyptians. So you can see on the hieroglyphics walls that the Egyptians had giants that were pulling these boulders and stones in place from our direction on telling them how to make it. That's why the pyramids is built today and no one have no idea how they built it. Giants did it under our direction on how and where it needs to be placed from the spiritual guidance from the Most High. Read.
verse 14. And Pathrusim and Casluhim, out of whom came Philistine.
Okay, so now they telling you after Nephilim, out of them came Philistine, which is your modern day Philistines, which is your modern day Palestines, and guess where out of the Philistines, guess what giant came out of that line? Goliath. Says it right there. So that was all these people were out of hand. That's why you think all these 7 and 8 footers, 7 footers, they come a dime a dozen out of the seed of Ham. They all over here playing basketball. And that's today. It ain't nothing for somebody to be 7'6". It's not that hard, you guys. It's not hard. So that's where Goliath came, and then once again, they opposed us, and we had to take out. And David slew him. And that's his line. Out of the seed of Mizraim. So he was Hamitic. All right. 15. Listen good.
Verse 15. And Canaan begat Sidon.
And Canaan begot Sidon.
Sidon, his firstborn. And Heath.
And Heth, which means Tyre. So Heth is Tyre. Remember in Joel, what have you got to do with me, O Sidon and Tyre? Who have taken my boy and made him a harlot and sold my girl for wine? Who did they come out of? And Canaan begot who?
Heth.
Sidon and Tyre, which is Heth. Canaan begot Sidon and Tyre. So there's not talking about nobody else but Canaanites. That's how we know. And now everybody want to say, oh, Africa ain't did this and Africa want to be Israel too. Yes, some of our people were left there to rot. But Africa has opposed the children of Israel since the beginning. So Tyre is and Heth. Read.
Verse 16. And Jebusite, and the Amorite, and the Girgasite.
Okay, these are all the descendants of Canaan. Keep going.
Verse 17. And the Havite, and the Arkite, and the Sinite.
Keep going.
Verse 18. And the Arvadite, and the Zemarite, and the Hamathite. And afterward was the families of the Canaanites spread abroad.
So after he had all those children, the descendants of Canaan, now they were spread abroad. Now I'm saying that to say a reason. Read 19. Listen good.
Verse 19. And the border of the Canaanites was from Sidon. As thou comest to Gerar.
So the border of the Canaanites, border, that means something that surrounds you when you're in between it. A border is something at the edge and you're before the border. And the border of the Canaanites was from Sidon as thou comest to Gerar. What does that mean? Unto Gaza. So the Philistines that they're fighting over the Gaza Strip, those are their brothers. Without a doubt. That's the Gaza right there. As thou goest unto what?
Goest until Sidon.
Sodom. And what?
Gomorrah.
And Gomorrah. What did we read in the footnotes? Orgiastic rights, homosexualities, all those things. This is why he went to destroy Sodom and Gomorrah. He destroyed the specific city. And Abraham was asking him, surely you wouldn't go and destroy them if it was 50 good. And the only ones wound up coming out was Lot and his families and his daughter. And then his wife loved them devils so much that she turned to look and then poof. She became a pillar of salt. Because basically her heart was still with the city. Y'all understand? It's right here in the scriptures, man. All right? Last thing. We're almost done, y'all. Let's go to, now let's see what happened to Nimrod. Let's go to Isaiah 13. Okay, so my title got the doom of Babylon predicted. So now we know what 13 and 14 is talking about. It's talking about Babylon. Who was the king of Babylon? Nimrod.